Okay guys, so in ACCA, PER, practical experience requirement, is somehow very confusing to a lot of students, and here today we are going to solve all of your doubts immediately. So first of all, what is PER? In ACCA, if you finished all your 13 exams but not this PER, you are known as an ACCA affiliate. Once you complete the PER, you become something known as an ACCA member. Now, we always recommend at Zell that you ensure you become a member because number one, all your hard work is paying off because you can only as a member, you can use the ACCA credentials to your name. So for that reason, it's not only important to pass the exams, which is the first and most important thing, but simultaneously you need to know what PER is. With that being said, let me jump into PER. PER is the articleship equivalent to ACCA. So let me break it down. There are three legs to PER. First, your 36 months of work experience. Now, let me break this down because this is important. There are a few points you have to keep in mind. You need to work for 3 years in the field of finance and accounts, right? For this to count. You can work before you start ACCA, during ACCA, after ACCA, your choice. We generally recommend students to start working when they reach the skill level. Now, when you're working for these 36 months, you do not have to work for all 36 months at once. You can take breaks if you want. You can work in, you can work per month and then take a break for a month, if you want to stretch it that long. The companies you work at, again at Zell, we recommend that if you are pursuing ACCA, work in a CA firm to fulfill your PER, but that's not necessary. You can work in a CA firm if you have your dad's business and he's in the restaurant field and you want to work in his accounting department, that will also count. By the way, guys, hold on. We've been asking all this and most of y'all have been adhering to it, but still 89% of our viewers are not subscribing to the channel. So please click subscribe and then go on with the video. So again, the companies don't count. You can shift 36 different companies if you want in 36 months. You just need a total aggregate of 36 months of work experience. And how do you also measure this? In your My ACCA account, you will have to ensure that you put up, okay, look, I've worked for 1 month in this company or 1 year in this company. It goes to your senior and your senior has to approve it, and that's how ACCA knows it's counted. Coming to a senior, it's not mandatory that your senior is an ACCA or a CA. Again, Zell's recommendation that work in a CA firm, it all gets counted, your experience and your senior. Your senior can be a non-ACCA, non-CA. Our recommendation is work in a CA firm, a lot of it gets fulfilled. So I think the 36 months of work experience is the same as your articleship, and if you have completed your articleship completely or partially, and you're either thinking of shifting to ACCA from CA or you're thinking of adding ACCA to your CA, either or your articleship experience counts towards your ACCA PER. And if you're working in a relative's company, right, like you're working in your dad's accounting department, the fact that you're working with a relative has to be disclosed to the ACCA. Also, out of the 36 months, 12 months can be counted towards lecturing. So we actually have some of our faculties who are affiliates and they use their teaching experience here to count towards their PER experience. Second leg of PER are the performance objectives. So what are performance objectives? ACCA wants its students to demonstrate that they can achieve certain objectives which are either technical objectives like fulfilling your tax and audit and accounting requirements, or they're soft skill objectives that you can display. Your communication is strong, your leadership qualities are good, and things like that. So ACCA asks all of its members to achieve these objectives. Now there are 9 objectives currently, 5 which are mandatory, 4 which are rotational. So you will have to choose depending on your work experience. Now how do you achieve these objectives when you're working? And the objectives can be things like, for example, if you have worked on an audit, right, show how have you prepared an audit plan. So if this is one objective, if you worked in the audit field, you'll choose this. And then when you, ACCA will ask you to answer some basic 2 to 3 questions regarding this objective, regarding the fact that you've planned an audit. You fill these answers in 200 to 300 words and they go to your senior. The senior approves it, and that's how ACCA knows that fine, this candidate has achieved this objective, and that way you achieve another 8. So that's what performance objectives are. Most of the time, your performance objectives be achieved in your 3 years of work experience of PER. It's not necessary. It can be after, it can be before, but most of the time it overlaps. Also, one major point of difference, the senior who signs off your objectives here has to be a member of the IFAC, which for you and me, he has to be either a CA or an ACCA. That is another reason that we recommend that work in a CA firm. Not only will you get the experience of working in a CA firm, your senior will be a CA, which will count towards your articleship equivalent 36 months, as well as your objectives. So that's the objective part. For example, again, students do ask that besides CA and ACCAs, who else can sign their performance objectives? You can be a CPA. I think even CFAs are IFAC qualified, so they can sign. MBAs cannot. So if you want to know if it's not a CA or an ACCA or a CPA and you want to check, make sure that the body under which this senior is qualified is part of something known as the IFAC, the International Federation of Accountants. Third and final leg of PER is the ethics module. So now I think the ethics module is chargeable. Earlier it wasn't chargeable. And they call it EPSM, Ethics, Professional and Skill Module. This is pretty simple. It's basically that you can do this anytime at home, anytime during your exams, in your knowledge, skill or P level. You basically sit at home, go through this entire module. It's not exactly an exam, but they have a lot of details about how to approach situations from an ethical standpoint. And you have to answer things which are right or wrong, obviously. So you don't fail if you give wrong answers, but you cannot clear it. So you have to keep giving this exam till you clear. So it's 68 pounds. The fees have changed a little bit. And yeah, so you answer these questions with a yes or no. You get the right answers and you get done with the ethics module. And that's about it. So if you finish your 36 months of work experience, you finish your performance objectives and you complete your ethics module, you are then done with your PER. And obviously if you've done your 13 exams, you are an affiliate ready to apply for membership. So guys, with that being said, I think if you still have any more queries, we also have a detailed webinar which we had conducted with Zell students. And this video is just the abridged version for that. If there's anything we've missed, please put it in the comments and let us know if there's anything else you would like us to create videos on.